All right guys, Scott Panchik here with the tip of the week. Today we're working on the Ski-Erg. This is a new machine that you're starting to see pop up in gyms all around the world. One of the focus points that I like to talk about on the Ski-Erg is your positioning, whether you are back or a little bit closer. I tend to stay back on the Ski-Erg, leading more with my chest. Leading more with my chest and utilizing more of my core when I'm doing the Ski-Erg with exercises that are more pulling oriented. So that would be something like a rope climb, something like a muscle up, even a barbell or a dumbbell. Now, when I start to move forward and I'm using more of my arms and pulling here, is when I'm trying to focus on using more of the pull, and then that allows me to have a little bit more in my legs and in my midline. So if I do have, like, let's say it's a heavy clean or a heavy snatch or a wall ball or something like that, it allows me to have that core that I'll need for that midline stabilization. The last thing to think about is your breathing on the Ski-Erg. So thinking about, where am I actually getting air? And in any movement, we want to always be getting air when we're extended. So I always say, try to think about getting up and getting into this hollow position where your rib cage is down. So what I would do is I would pull, big breath in, big breath in, and you're letting that air out. And that's really important to find a cadence in your breathing to set you up to be successful in here, especially if you are skiing for a long period of time. The last thing to think about would be your damper placement. I like to think keeping the damper somewhere a little bit higher so I don't get out of control of skiing really fast. Just like you would on a rower, you don't want to put your damper on a 1 and be pulling 100 miles an hour on that thing because your heart rate's going to just shoot through the roof. So you want to try to find a consistent pace. One thing that you can do to help you with that is do intervals of a minute, and you'll be able to see up in the upper right hand corner, that's how many strokes per minute. And if you do 10 sets of 1 minute with 1 minute of rest, you're gonna get an average strokes per minute, and that will give you a good idea of how fast you should be pulling when you're utilizing this in a workout. And that's the best way to get better.